I was cruising down the street. And I
Oh, you
realized I
feel like you're doing 30 even we're doing 90.
Yeah. So, my mistake. I got a ticket. And that's in 20 years, or between 1995 and now. That's what has cost our insurance company money, is those two events. And that sums up to the ticket cost me money, not the insurance company. And the accident cost the insurance company $2,000. Now, we've been paying for, we've probably paid $36,000 to State Farm over the past
And
2
we're
decades.
not bashing State Farm. We're just,
We're not bashing State Farm. We're just saying that's who we use for our insurance for all of our vehicles
we choose
in the
to
house.
use them.
Okay, but we have paid $36,000, give or take, to State Farm over the past 25 years. And what do we have to show for it? Because we've never really had to use the insurance. But we've never got a kickback for not having to use the insurance, for being a good driver, for not having any accidents. They keep all that money. And then we wonder why they have all this profit stuff. Okay? That's what they do. Insurance companies are one of the evils of our country.
medical insurance is the same fucking way.
Medical insurance is the same way. Insurance companies, it's real simple. They profit by taking in the most amount of money and sending out the least amount of payments.
Oh, let's talk about your walking boot.
So that's what the medical
Seriously,
insurance.
yeah.
But that's the way they work. They are profitable by taking in a shitload of money and having to not pay out any of it. That's how they make money. So, for example, they made bank off us. So we spent $36,000 to have insurance through them, and we've gotten $2,000 out of that. So they've profited $34,000 off of $36,000. Yeah, that's good ROI. We, on the other hand, have spent $36,000 and have gotten $2,000 back because of the accident. We got screwed. Not necessarily just because it's, it hasn't necessarily to do with specifically with State Farm. But the blue book value of the car and blah, 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 it's only worth this much, yada, yada, yada. I understand all that. But every consumer should be able to get a refund of something. Okay? If you pay for your auto insurance and at the end of the year you've had no accidents and you've had no tickets, nothing that has affected your insurance company in any way, shouldn't you get some sort of a return on that? Shouldn't they give you some money back?
And some insurance actually do that. Some companies actually
do they still do that, though?
Allstate does.
No, do they still do it?
Fucking commercial state.
Well, when was the last time we saw a commercial? We haven't had TV in forever.
It's been a while.
Right. So we don't know that they still do that. Okay, but for the most part, the thing that you have to think of is that we spend, say, $1,200, $1,500 a year or more, probably closer to $2,000 a year because of the house, which we don't see in our normal monthly insurance bills because it's paid through the mortgage. We spend about $2,000 a month. No, $2,000 a year on insurance, on house and vehicle insurance, and we've never had to file a claim except for the one time we filed the claim for the car accident in 2009. We should be seeing some sort of kickback. Every consumer that doesn't use their benefits should see a kickback. But you don't. So they're getting free money from you. And what are they actually giving you if you don't use their benefits?
Well,
absolutely nothing except for a little card.
That's the thing. It was basically, I'm not going to go into the details, but essentially it was a hit and run. So basically the asshole fucking driver left me nose first into a K-rail and then kept going. So you can't actually expect the insurance company to pick that up, but there should be some sort of
that's why
protection.
that's why you have the insurance.
Well, that's
company.
what I'm saying. There should be some sort of protection. Like, well, this fuck bag took off, so I'm basically the victim. Why?
Well, we didn't get popped for that. It's not like the accident affected our insurance.
Yeah, but we got shit on the amount for
But that has to do with
vehicle.
the value. That has to do with the value of the car. Okay, the value of the car was 14 years old, had 168,000 miles on it. the value of the car is really, really low. All they would give us was $2,000. What I'm saying is that if we spend $2,000 a year on insurance and we don't use that insurance, we should at least get, say, 30% of it back.
Or like a rollover, even your fucking.
Well, no, not a rollover. Just
data
we
does
should get a portion of that back.
Yeah.
The insurance company should be required to refund unused premiums. And if you don't use insurance, if you don't have to file any claims during the year, then at the end of the year, they should kick you back 30 to 40% of the cost of the premiums you've given.
Or be like, you know what? You can actually just not pay next month. Okay, I'm okay with that.
Well, no, because 30 or 40% is a few $100s.
Okay, so the next couple months, but
That would if you get that in Christmas, around Christmas time, it'd be nice to have a $300 or $400 extra dollars to be able to buy Christmas gifts or whatnot.
Yeah.
But I think everybody would just. It's better for people to get an actual return, kind of like your tax return.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, you do your taxes. If you paid your taxes, if you paid more than more than necessary, the IRS gives you the overage back.
Right.
Okay, insurance companies should have to do the same thing. Okay, I understand they can't refund the full value because they have overhead, they have to pay this, that.
Blah,
I
blah,
understand
blah.
that. Okay, but
Something
30
would be
to
better than nothing.
45% of your annual premiums should be returned to you if you do not file a claim. The same with your health insurance. If you don't use your health insurance through the year, then why is it that you just spent a shit ton of money all year long for insurance? You've never used it, and they're not forced to pay part of that back. Because it's all about their profits, their profit margin. If they had to do that, they would be they'd be barely breaking even.
We're the United Corporations of America, and if you don't fucking believe that, then you need to wake the hell up.
So
it's really sad. Can you imagine if we didn't have to pay the amount? I mean,
it is. When we got the house, okay, we got a 30-year loan for the house, which we are almost to year 20 now. So we're 2/3 of the way through. Now, they, as part of what they do nowadays is when you buy a house, you pay the interest on the house off first.
which is fucking bullshit.
Okay. So the money that you're paying doesn't go to the actual cost, the principal of the house. It goes to the amount of interest that the lender will accrue over the next 30 years. Okay. So you don't actually start paying off premiums until you're about where we are now.
Here's my proposal. You don't pay any kind of bullshit until, we should be paying on the principal right now. If we're late on
we are paying on the principal now.
but what I'm saying is the taxes should only be paid after the principal, or if you're late on a payment or something. You should
taxes.
Or the what do you call it? I feel like such a fucking idiot. We should be paying on the principal first, not
the interest.
Yeah, the interest.
Yeah, but they want their money.
Well,
that's the problem. Is that we are in a society where insurance companies profit first, everything else last. Okay.
You should pay your payment, and then if you're late or whatever, then the
what
penalty
they should
be
do
the interest.
Is they should say, okay, for example, say your house is $1,000 a month mortgage payment.
Jesus.
Okay. Now, they should take 20% of that $1,000 towards the interest, and the 80% left should go towards the principal. Because that way you're paying off your principal along the way. But it's the reverse of that, really. I think that you actually probably do every monthly payment you pay, there's a little tiny bit of it that goes towards principal. So small that it makes nothing move.
Isn't that like why student loans take like 800 years to pay off?
Student loans are a whole different thing. Student loans are very high interest. I think they're like 8 to 10%.
Wow.
And they won't reduce that even when the interest of the dollar is down to 1%. They won't drop that. And one of the things about student loans is that you can't bankrupt out of those. So if you go bankrupt, you still have to pay your student loans. You can default on everything else and have everything else covered, except student loans. Student loans are making the government billions of dollars a year, which is why they don't fix the student loan problem and why they don't want to provide free health care. They want you to get those loans because it does. It takes you for fucking ever to pay them off. Okay? I've been out of college for 30 years. 30? I graduated in 1990. So that's 27 years, right? I've been out of school, out of college for 27 years. I'm still paying off my student loans through garnishment of my check because I couldn't afford $200 to $300 a month student loan payment because it kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger because of the interest rates. So I ended up defaulting on it, and now I'm getting garnished on it. So I'm losing $200 to $300 out of each of my paychecks to pay for my student loans, which sucks. Let me tell you that right now. It blows, okay? So,
well, you wonder why people
are poor.
You just keep fucking taxing and interesting the fuck out of them. Then you're like, oh, well, geez, now you need
it's
all these.
all
you need these
about
programs.
Corporations.
It is all about the corporations, and people just don't fucking get. Oh, they're the job creators. Where's all the fucking jobs? How come I'm not making $80,000 fucking dollars a year then at some corporation?
Well, the corporations aren't the job creators. The people are.
I understand that, but I don't think a lot of people get that. Oh, the job.
Well,
the
it's because of the media.
The job creators.
The media does that. Okay, it's all about the media that does that. So we need to kick over to our other PSAs. So we will be back shortly in like 3 minutes and 30 seconds ish. So sit back, hold on to your butts, and we'll be back shortly.
Hello, my name is Scott Pryor, co-host of the internet radio show Progressive Voices of Arizona. Arizona is made up of a wide variety of individuals, all of which have many different beliefs. Sometimes those whose beliefs are different from the majority tend to be forgotten or marginalized. This is where organizations such as the Secular Coalition for Arizona can help. The Secular Coalition for Arizona is a 501c4 lobby organization that represents the Arizona non-theistic community, a vibrant and growing community of Arizonans who self-identify as atheists, agnostics, humanists, freethinkers, and other labels of personal choosing to elected officials in and from Arizona. They mediate the relationship between the non-theistic community and elected officials, and they work to ensure that the law is never biased to the detriment and interest of Arizona's non-theists. For more information, please visit their website at www.secularaz.org.
Hello, my name is Michelle Short. Stu DeHaan and myself are co-chapter heads of the Arizona chapter of the Satanic Temple. We are trying to bring the after-school Satan Club to a school district near you. The Supreme Court ruled in 2001, in the case of Good News Club versus Milford Central School, that schools operate a limited public forum, and that, as such, they may not discriminate against religious speech should a religious organization choose to operate an after-school club on their premises. Christian evangelicals, particularly the Child Evangelism Fellowship, have taken advantage of this ruling ever since. As it is illegal for schools to discriminate against specific religions or preference others, after-school Satan clubs cannot be denied wherever Christian or any other religious clubs operate. All after-school Satan clubs are based upon a uniform syllabus that emphasizes a scientific, rationalist, non-superstitious worldview, while the twisted evangelical teachings of the Good News Clubs robs children of the innocence and enjoyment of childhood, replacing them with a negative self-image, preoccupation with sin, fear of hell, and aversion to critical thinking. After-school Satan clubs incorporate games, projects, and thinking exercises that help children understand how we know, what we know about our world and our universe. After-school Satan clubs are operated by local chapters of the Satanic Temple, by volunteer members who have been vetted by the Executive Ministry for professionalism, social responsibility, superior communication